Take our hit for 1. Woo! Let's toss Cultivate for now. Hello again and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ghouls and goblins. I'm HGG and today we are playing Giant Turns. This is a Temur ramp or mid-range deck with giants, sneaking their way into the build. No Genesis Ultimatum today, a brand new original deck for you guys today. Climbing through Diamond 3 with a 75% win rate quite successfully. The deck list, of course, is in the description below, and if you do find any value within today's video, please like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends, family, playgroups, game stores, whatever it happens to be. Support on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, Amazon, Great Viking Games, and Into the AM. All of our links will be in the description below, or you can Google Hello Good Game Linktree. Of course, make sure to download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant for free if you're on Windows while you're snooping about. Let's break down the deck and then jump into today's gameplay footage. Well, alrighty then. So here is the deck. Giant Turns, a Temur deck, which is green, blue, and red. You'll see here we have an average converted mana cost of 4.2, really signifying to us that it's a mid-range or control deck. And then we see that there's 10 creatures and 26 non-creatures, and the sheer amount of creatures here kind of rules out many control decks. It could be one, we'll have to dive in deeper, but you guys know what it is. 24 lands here, and when we do break down the deck, we can see right away that it's not really a control deck. It's definitely a mid-range deck. Look at all the ramp we have here. 4 copies of Wolfwillow Haven coming in the battlefield on turn 2. Enchanting a land we control to tap for an additional forest. We can sack it for 5 to create a 2/2 as well. So that's really nice. Potentially a turn 2 Wolfwillow Haven sets up a turn 3 Migration Path for 4 mana, sorcery speed, searching our library for up to 2 basic land cards, putting them into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffling our library, which is absolutely amazing, right? So we go from 3 mana to 4, 5, 6 mana, and then on the turn after our Migration Path, we're at 7 mana. We're ready to drop our most expensive spell that we have, which is really nice to be able to do that on turn 4. The main premise of the deck is getting to Alrund's Epiphany. There's 4 copies of this in deck for 7 sorcery speed, creating 2 1/1 blue birds with flying, then taking an extra turn after this one, exiling the Epiphany. We can foretell, putting it in exile for 2 generic mana, then recasting it for the foretell cost here of 6. A little bit of a cost reduction there, which is quite nice. We also have cost reduction through Thryx, the Sudden Storm, 5 mana, 4/5 with flying and flash. Spells you cast with converted mana cost 5 or greater cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered, which is really quite a lot of fun. Not only is this a formidable flash blocker, but having your spells be reduced in cost and unable to be countered is very fun. We have lots of things, to help us survive the onslaught of aggro decks that we'll run into in best of 1, whether it be ramping into our Cyclone Summoner, a 7/7, and when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, return all permanents to their owner's hand except for giants and wizards and lands. This is very nice. It just resets the field. We have giants in our deck, so we'll get to keep a field presence where our opponent will be resetting their entire field. One thing to keep in mind, the Cyclone Summoner will bounce Battle of Frost and Fire for us, which is a very fun thing to do, because when it enters play, it deals 4 damage to each non-giant and planeswalker as well, which is very cool. Basically wiping the field for us. It's a Storm's Wrath that doesn't hit our creatures. Next up, Scry 3. Now that is amazing because we're looking to play Alrund's Epiphany. We're looking for our Cyclone Summoner, and this is going to help us find it, right? And then finally, whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost 5 or greater this turn, draw 2 cards, then discard a card, right? More of a draw engine for us, helping us get into that Epiphany, which we want. We can play it, wipe the field, scry 3, then play the Summoner to bounce it back to our hand for for later use, which is a lot of fun, or just leave it in play and take those draws on the final keep too. But, you know, having that value in your hand is great. We have 4 copies of Storm's Wrath, 4 damage to each creature and each planeswalker for 4 mana. You know, just a quick, easy wipe whenever we need it. And then 4 copies of Bonecrusher Giant. This is a 4/3. Whenever it's the target of a spell, 2 damage to that spell's controller. The removal here is within Stomp at instant speed. As the adventure, damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target, which is absolutely phenomenal. Closing the deck off, we do have 4 copies of Glimpse the Cosmos, a must-have within any Giant deck right now. Sorcery speed for 2. Looking at the top 3 cards of our library, putting one of them into our hand, and the rest in the bottom of our library. As long as we control a Giant, we can cast it from our grave by paying 1 blue mana and then exiling it afterwards, which is great. So we get to basically cast this 8 times within our deck due to all of the Giants we have. It's helping us search for Alrund's Epiphany very, very effectively. I didn't mention Cultivate. This is another ramp spell. You can use it in conjunction with the Haven, much like you would the Migration Path, but the Migration Path, if you have the available mana via the Haven, will work better. But if you don't have the Haven, then Cultivate's going to be your quick route to ramp here. Grabbing 2 lands from our library, 1 into the battlefield tapped, other stays in our hand at sorcery speed. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's the deck list, you guys. It's very straightforward. No sideboard. We're playing best of 1 today. Ramp as hard as you can. Get to 7 mana. Survive. Use your field wipes, whatever it happens to be. Reset the field. Take double turns and just smash your opponent with some massive Giant damage. Taking these Giant turns. All right, you guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the deck tech. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel with your friends, families, MTG playgroups, support on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, through Amazon, through Grey Viking Games, and through Into the AM. Download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant for free as well. Don't miss out on our 500,000 gem giveaway. 500,000 gems. I've said that a million times, I feel like. 400, actually, no, we've doubled our quota, I guess. LOL. We also have 100 one-on-one coaching sessions, free cash prize monthly tournaments on MTG Melee, and one $10 gift card giveaway every single YouTube live premiere. Just show up, like the video, comment. If we get 100 likes during the live premiere, I'll give it out to someone. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Enjoy today's gameplay footage, and I'll be back soon. All right, we are on the draw, but we have a wipe, and we have lots of ramp. Basically, you know, 2 field resets. So turn 2 we Haven, turn 3 we Path, turn 5 we can Battle or Summoner. I think the Summoner might be better. Second Path can probably be cycled away. Free mana. Null Priest, okay. Migration Path, go Burr. Grab 2 blue sources. We have 2 green, 3 blue, 2 red. Getting hit here. You know, they could hold up Village Rites or something like this. I don't know. Let's just bounce everything back. And then we can wipe the field after they replay everything. They may have removal, but they're probably just gonna, you know, try to focus on the Death Touch. You don't mind any of this. I mean, why not? clean it up. Scry is really good too later on. We'll take our hit for 7. Haven in play. We get the Scry 3. That will help us look for Alrund. They have 6 mana. That's the thing. They can kick the Priest for 5. Putting the Eidolon right into play, maybe? I mean, it's not a bad play. They do kick it. Oh, that's 6 to kick it as well, not 5. Gain the life, they do the mill. Not really worried. Let's cycle. Stomp. Let's try to have them block here. And then we can save Stomp. That would allow us to cycle this path and use... Oh no. I mean, we have 14 life left. But let's just kill it while they're tapping in case they do have village rights. You know, that's kind of what I'm worried about here. We can end our turn. Cycle the path. When we're out of options. Eidolon in play. You know, they could really just start slanging stuff on it. We'll kill the Eidolon before anything comes of it, I hope. Five or greater. Well, we don't have that, sadly. Yet. Oof. What? No way. Getting punished. Well, the boy's ready to hit. No big drops to take draws from. Sad. We're looking at roughly 10% chance. More than that, really. This is nice, right there in the air with life gain. Let's just thin our library. Pretty awkward. But I think we just race, don't we? I think they get the double draw here. Okay. Get them down to 4. That life gain really does help them. That double draw, I suspect, is pretty groovy. Let's go wide. Make a wolf token. Kind of gives them a few more things to hit, but... Ooh. Nice. Oh, they go with the Trident, really? Not free removal with Mire's Grasp. And a Hunted Nightmare, they really want to defend. Death touch on the little guy. Just land. Well, that's not good. Let's end our turn. This is very, very bad. How are we top decking lands like this? Come on! It was that god draw. We're in a very rough spot. They also have 2 cards in hand. You know, I'm suspecting a Hateful Eidolon. They pay 3, they're gonna gain 6. There's the Eidolon. So next turn they've got a draw engine. We're up to 9 here. Oh my gosh, they're coming full circle on us. We're gonna need more than that, sadly. Oh, 3 of those succession after that. What if we go all in? They don't want to lose the Eidolon. They just take the 2 damage. Ooh. Murderous Riot in the house. The same as taking the damage. Alright, let's end our turn. This is horrid. This is so bad. Worst situation I've been in a while. By golly, if we don't have 13 lands in. Okay. Take the draw. Use the wolf. Sucks. Land in play. Sucks. Let's kill Luris. They go up to 13, 14. They get a draw here. We are down to 3. They can just recast, and they have Menace. We're in trouble, right? Way out of this. I mean, Cyclone Summoner. No, that's just a land. Cyclone Summoner, maybe, but not here. We are going first. I thought we had the last game in the bag. Unfortunately, you can't beat a bad draw. Sad. This doesn't look like a bad draw, it just looks like a slow draw. So we're gonna test the waters here. This will probably source here. Let's just reduce the cost of that for later. It should be fine, right? No problems there. More land. It's not bad. Let's stomp this. Forest in play. We're ready for Migration Path. They want to take some draws here. Ooh, that's good. We can grab a green source and a red source. That puts us at 6. We played a 7. Another Innkeeper into a giant double draw. Ooh! A little aggressive. And basically replay all of that. Seven is going to be really hard for them to deal with, though. We can pull a wipe throughout our draw. That'll be nice. Fire. You definitely block the heck out of that. Do you think they have something? Just a Bonecrusher Giant. Let's take it. I don't want to lose my summoner. It's a big body, right? We don't have much. Let's try to thin as many cards from our library as we can. And that way our chance to draw a non-land is increased as much as possible. We're down to 42. I guess they have an Embercleave? No. Double Giant. That's realistic. It honestly is. 2 of these are Bonecrusher Giant, I guarantee it. Oh, or single smashing. A dog. Alright, so this should seal the deal. Draw engines are gone. Oh, that was our double red sources. I guess we'll double turn. I guess. Let's look for more Alrund. Another wipe's not bad. Giant in play. Take our hit for 2. Replay Cosmos. Let's just keep linking those together. LOL. We'll take as many as we're allowed. This is the last one. Okay, Cyclone Summoner is good. Glimpse the Cosmos just blows my mind sometimes. It's so freaking good. I love it. And another. So let's take a big hit. Not really wipe the field, but do a little bounce-a-ronies. Then we get it back to our hand, and we can kind of just like do that over and over. I don't think we got much from it, right? I think we killed just their 1/1, but it was fun to do. Right, making them repay it. They must have another 1/1 in hand, right? Oh, it's just the henge they wanted to play. That's pretty cool. Looking for Alrund here. 2 of them. My golly. That's not what I wanted to do. LOL. Let's take another dig. There we go. And we can actually get away with it because we pulled a second copy. So this is game. We hit with the summoner. Get after it again. Good game. And, you know, that works out a little bit better. You know, having the wipes there really did help us this time around. We are on the draw. You know, we have really nice ramp. Pulling islands, obviously, with Cultivate. And these wipes are going to come in very handy, I feel like. We may need to stomp, but I think just ramping is better. Okay, speaker. As long as it's not a Luminarch, right? Or, you know, the dog sucks too. So we're at 3. Next turn we dropped 4 and 5. We grabbed 6 in hand. Ooh, that's what we were worried about. Just try to stay true to it. This is going to be a hard turn to take. Daxos in play. They make angels here. They have that Outside of Life's Bounty up though, and that's the problem. They protect the speaker, I guess, with Elsad. And they're just making more angels, which is hard for us to deal with. Oh, that is a hard take. We need the giant, I guess, right? Even then. Oh my god. We do get it. Take our hit for 1. Woo! Let's toss Cultivate for now. Well, we need more Cyclone Summoners. We need a lot more Cyclone Summoners. Whoa. That's crazy. They need to block with one. They don't. Oh, that they're still 28. That's crazy. That's so good. No way. This is gonna be the comeback of my life. They need giant killers. Plural. They're down below 27 now. I cannot believe it. Wowzers. Cyclone Summoner. Oh. So we're on the draw against a Lurrus deck. Pretty brutal if you ask me. We have Cultivate. We just need a third land. They have a mulligan. We have lots of cool toys, right? We really just need that third land. The Enforcer sucks. Oh, there goes 2 lands off the top. It's gonna be one of those, I guess. Yikyo. That's their name. Perfect pronunciation of that. We do get the land. Hallelujah. What do we look for here, or do we just push it over? Let's push it over. You know, the glimpse is going to be better once we have a giant ready to rip as well. Typically, the glimpse's purpose is to find Alrund's Epiphany or the Cyclone Summoner. And we already have these, right? Or the ramp. If we don't have it on turn 3, it can help us get that. But, you know, I think we're okay. Just pushing that over, trying to play it early. There's probably counter magic. Oh, no. We have a green source. We have a green source. Let's grab another blue source then. And there was no stop, so there's no counter magic in this hand unless they just drew it. We have 4, we're playing to 5. We can flash in Thryx and step. I guess. They do have something in hand, though, here, right? Of One Mind. A Lurrus could get brought over. I'm really quite interested. It is Lurrus, yeah. I will pass my turn, however odd that may seem. Typically, we could Wolfwillow and Bonecrusher there. But I think there's a good play here, potentially. Let's take it. It's 1 damage. Who cares? There could be counter magic. I don't know. No. Wow. Wolfwillow goes out. Really? One, two, three, 4. Let's try to take our hit. Right? It's a chunk of damage. Don't use this red source. Oh, that wouldn't work. Unless we do it all right now. Take a draw. Free. You know, I still think that we probably just stomp it, but playing the giant is probably better if we're going to bounce all non-giants and we can wipe, you know, all non-giants right now. Since we already have the removal, we'll use it as a creature instead. Do they have a counterspell? And they've just been holding it this whole time? Or what's going on here? Or it's Drown in the Loch. Thryx is too expensive because we only have 4 in the grave. It could be this. Flourish in hand is useless with an empty grave, so we are feeling fairly okay at this risk assessment. Let's see how it pans out, though. Land and play. Really not much going on there. That's perfect. If we can be casting those, oh, and our spells can't be countered here as well. With converted mana cost 5 or greater, can't be countered. I bet they love that. Thryx is kind of like messing up this rogue deck real good. We wipe their field. We hit for 8. Lethal in 2. And I feel confident enough to say that it doesn't matter what they do. I think we've got the win here. Right? We have 3 removal spells and double turns stacked out with enough mana to freely cast them. Okay, Thryx does go down. That's 2 of their mana for the turn though, right? We get to scry 3 and then double turn into draws. So just looking for Epiphanies here. Glimpse does nicely. Cheap enough. And we also just have lethal within all of this. I guess they could counter it. You dog. You dirty dog. We'll take the Bone Daddy at this point. Diversify our portfolio. Down to 4. Again, our hand just looks phenomenal against a rogue deck. Another Thryx would be cool. You know, the Flash creature is amazing against them. And then the fact that your goodies can't be countered after it's in play. It's really a lovely affair. They mill a little bit. Death Touch has been introduced, and I think we're going to be okay here. Oh, we only have 1 red source. Huh. That is truly annoying. Probably counter magic. Bounce it up. We do get the draw, at least, right? It definitely needs to be countered. We have 10 engrave. Anything will do it. Let's discard Cultivate. We've already ramped. It definitely gets countered. There's no way it hits. Or they just have removal. I mean, they can replay the Thieves Guild Enforcer. It has Flash. There's the Drown, getting it out of the way. This is important to us. Oh man, I wish we had had that land in there. No attacks. We're at 16. They're down to 4. Maybe I was getting a little ahead of myself when I said we had this in the bag. I still feel like we do. Just need another mountain. Another red source. They have 4 cards in hand. Lurrus in play. He's Guild Enforcer, which I think should attack. We just take the damage though, let's be honest. We have multiple options. They need to counter us next turn. Okay. Yeah, and then they can replay it here. Or they save it, play with flash. No, so we know there's no counter magic unless they play a land. They hit us up to 7. Yeah, no counter magic. We're free and clear. Let's pull a mountain off the top, please. No. Let's just clean it up. They can self-sack the robber. They lose Lurrus. Get the draw, which is good for them. You know, if they do a big Agadeem's Awakening, we have Cyclone Summoner. Looking for a mountain within the Scry 3, believe it or not. They're gonna counter the hell out of this, aren't they? Probably. Let's just go for it. They're playing a smart game. That's a good counter. Well, that's not a counter, but there will be one here. No, it resolves. Means... I think it means just put the body in play. I kind of want to take that draw. It's a glimpse. Which we could cast. Let's go for it, screw it. We can't toss that. Oh, that's lethal. It's been lethal this whole time. What am I doing? Or should we wait for them to cast their mana? Right? I just feel like they have nothing. Let's risk it for the biscuit. But yeah, they don't have anything. Perfect. Cool. Cool. We're on a little bit of a tear here. And I just love Giants. I love Alrund's Epiphany. It feels... Alrighty. Giant turns did not disappoint. You know, it can get a little bit sticky if you're not drawing the right cards. And now... I think one way that we can get around this is, you know, Seagate Restoration. This could be a card that helps us draw a lot more cards. You know, I don't know how many I would run, and of course it doesn't really play until, you know, that turn 4 to turn 6-ish area, because we don't want to play it too late on an empty hand, of course, to get the most out of it. But I do feel like if we had a little bit more of a reliable draw, that the deck could work more consistently. Yes, Glimpse of the Cosmos is great. Migration Path can cycle, sure. And then Battle of Frost and Fire can draw on its final step for us. Also not that bad, but without that, we don't have it. So there's lots of ramp. I think that we could trim a Cultivate. You know, maybe trim a Migration Path. And then I think that opens up the floor for maybe a little bit more draw potentially. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for your time and attention. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends, families, MTG playgroups, support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, Amazon, Great Viking Games, and of course into the AM. Download Magic Gathering Arena Assistant for free. And most importantly, have yourselves a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next video.